Eyeshadow Palette Declutter pretty much and collection, because I have gotten quite a few things since my last declutter. I know it's been under 6 months, but I think it's getting close to it. This little Makeup Revolution Slay palette I have used more recently. Has Lumiere. It's very good with the mattes when you need mattes with other eyeshadows, and it's really good on its own. I have like really enjoyed this since I picked it up again, so I'm keeping it. I'm also keeping the Venus 2 from Lime Crime, of course. If you don't know what this looks like, this is what it looks like. It's very fall, very grungy. I've recently been using it because it's fall, except for the blue. But the blue actually on mine will go darker with my skin tone. That shows up to a little bit darker than it looks right there, but it's gorgeous. I prefer the formula and the colors in the first one, but this is still really pretty and really good. I just think the formula is a little bit better in the first one, and that is like that duochrome from like Wet n Wild, and everybody else has it. It's really good palette. This one's a newer one. This is the Bad Habit Divine palette, and I have really been enjoying this. Recently made the favorites. It's been living in my purse. It's very good for, you know, summer to fall, and the only thing is, except for this shade and maybe this one and this one, the rest of the shimmers in here, like those 3, those 2, that one, they all need a glitter glue to stay. But once you put a glitter glue on, they are perfect. The matte's really good, a little bit powdery, and like you do need to tap off your brush on some of these, otherwise you'll end up with like some on your face or, you know, flicked out. But it's a very good palette. I really enjoyed this palette. The combination of looks you can come up with is very nice, and it's got enough mattes to satisfy me, and like darker mattes, which, you know, go better with my skin tone. And I enjoy it. Even I don't even mind having to mess with glitter glue for these because it's so pretty. So, and this dupes the Natasha Denona Star palette, I want to say, something like that. So it's really good. Okay, this one's going to break my heart, but I got this palette towards the start of my YouTube channel, and my biggest video is like this one versus the fake one. But I'm going to get rid of it. I already got rid of the fake one because I know not every single shade, like I know that one doesn't, and I think one of these browns don't have carmine, but like a few of them do, and it's probably like in these ones, which I could use probably more towards the beginning of my channel, but now my eyes are so sensitive I can't anymore. So it's not beneficial to me to just hold on to this knowing I can't use it. So I'm going to pass it along. It's fantastic formula. These were gorgeous. I'm not even a matte lover, and I love this palette. So, and I just have a nice mirror. That's Meat Matrimony from the Balm. So I'm going to be passing that along. This is the Dream Big palette from Tarte. I actually do enjoy this one, but let's see. I don't think I can use that one or this one. It does smell really good. Yeah, I can't use the red or the... No, I can use the cream. So I guess it's the bittersweet one, or risk taker one. I don't know. There's a couple shades in here I can't use. And I haven't really been using them. So I might just pass this along because I really don't need it. Yeah, I'm going to pass it along. I don't need it. This one I have swatched. This is the Dream Street Caffeine Lights. There is one shade in here I can't use, and I keep forgetting which one, and I need a marker. And like, what's bad is like it's hard to tell which of these shades on back match up to where these. I think they're mirrored or something. I don't know. So I gotta go online and find out which shade it is, so I could actually use this palette because it looks like something I would actually enjoy. So. I'm keeping that. This Lime Crime Venus. Oh, I revisited this recently because I said I was, and I have been. Like, there's a while I didn't order any new palettes, like a month and a half. So I was revisiting my old palettes, and I rediscovered this one, like a joy to it that I didn't have before. And I think that's like with your makeup skills growing, you work them out better. You can use them more ways, you know. So It's a gorgeous formula. I love that one a lot. Ocean Sunset. Have I pulled this one out lately? I think I have. It's still a gorgeous palette and gorgeous formula. This is Lorax Ocean Sunset. The only one you need a glitter glue is with this one. But they're gorgeous. I'm keeping this one. This is a gorgeous palette. It is the dupe for the Soft Glam palette, which I can't use from ABH because of all the carmine. But this is actually a really gorgeous palette. It's just really neutral, which is not always my cup of tea, but every once in a while I'll get that whim or I'll need it for a look. So I'm keeping that one. This is the Lorac Mountain Sunset, which is gorgeous for a smoky eye. And you can go a little neutral with them, but mostly smokiness. So I'm keeping that because it's gorgeous. These are carmine free. They're some of Lorac's only carmine free palettes. I just wish they had mirror, but and then this is the Lorac Desert Sunset. I love this palette. It doesn't even look like I barely used it. Well, it looks sturdy, but you know, even dips in the pan. There's not any dips in the pan, but I've used it like quite a bit. I don't know if I had this at the last declutter. I don't know. Is the Zulu. No, the Saharan 2 palette. I love this palette. This palette is gorgeous. This palette is not ever going anywhere. So I recently picked it up. This is the Afrique by Julia's, and it is gorgeous. It's so pretty. I didn't dive too much in these really bright mattes, but oh my gosh, this color. Oh, that one. I love that one. That one like shows up like a purpley navy. Oh, the shimmers in here are just stunning, like especially for fall. And I didn't even get a good swipe, but I love this palette. I had no complaints whatsoever for this palette, so yeah, keeping that one. Saint Center, I would like to revisit this palette, you know, since even in a year since I've had it, I've become, I think, slightly better and more adventurous. And the layout, I don't know, it just never bothered me, the layout, like it does some people, because I tend to do with what I want to, and a lot of colors don't work in my crease that work with other people's crease and stuff like that. So I just always have went to my own draw. But I want to revisit this palette just because opening it up, it's so gorgeous, and I'm like, oh, I want you on my eyeballs. But at the same time, I never want to really use this up because it is limited edition. The packaging is absolutely stunning. The formula is great. And it's like, yeah. This is the Zulu. I don't think I have this at my last declutter. This one is gorgeous. So bright. So colorful. Of course, all these are gorgeous and they show up fantastic. And that like pinky rose gold is always going to be like one of my favorite shades. They have there's a similar color in the Jaclyn Hill palette, these big O pans, and I'm pretty sure I probably got it for like half off or something, so not good. Of course, this is the Saharan blush. I do use this eyeshadow when I want to. Now this one I recently unboxed from BoxyCharm. It is the Nightingale from Pretty Vulgar, and believe me, I have no problem keeping a smoky palette. I would have kept this, but like at least half the shades or so have carmine. I'm like, well, it's not really worth it to me. Let me keep it in pristine condition and give it to my niece for her birthday. And we're celebrating her birthday this weekend, so she'll be getting that. I used this a few times. I don't think I used it excessively because y'all know me, I run late for work, so I'm doing my eyeshadow in like 5 to 10 minutes top at work. So I like carrying palettes in my purse. And when I first got these, I was still so new to the whole beauty world, new to YouTube. Like, I might have got this before my first video, like right before. Because I think this is like in a Sephora Ulta haul kind of thing. Like at the very beginning, around my birthday. So I don't know. But I did enjoy it for a couple times. I used it here at home. And I think I did a dupe like this against the Makeup Revolution dupe. And like the Pure Cosmetics that we got in Boxy dupe. I think it's gorgeous. I haven't used it in forever because now you look up the ingredients and it says all may contain carmine, basically. So I'm just going to pass this along. Yes, it was expensive. Yes, I paid full price for it, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to pass it along before it gets too old and give it to somebody to give some love to. Another one. Oh, y'all didn't see. I had decluttered, and I'm sorry that was before I decided to film this, but I decluttered Lorac Pro 1. I don't think that was my last declutter because it's so hard to get a list of what shades have carmine and what shades don't from Lorac. And I was like, well, just pass it along. So I passed along to somebody. This one I didn't even use. I think I swatched a couple shades. I'm passing that along. This is my Naked palette. And you know, they're discontinuing this. Of course, it's like half off right now. I think they're just going to revamp it. I have the brush. The brush is actually in my purse right now, so I probably won't send the brush. I don't know. I might get it out. I'm going to send this to my niece. I've used it very sparingly on, like, I know I used it on my niece last year for prom. And maybe somebody else for prom. And that was it. Just a little bit. Not even all the shades. Just a little bit. I don't think I've even personally used it. Because then I figured out, like, right around the time I hauled this. And I was using the Makeup Revolution one, which is good. That I had an allergy. And so I was going to always come back and see what shades had carmine. But now Urban Decay just says all may contain carmine. So I'm like, I'm just going to pass this along. My niece in Texas really wants it. And I'm sending her a package anyway, so I'm just going to give her that. I know they say I can't get rid of my Naked Smoky. They're fixing, you can't probably get this on Hot Look anymore, hardly. And this packaging is to die for. So for that reason alone, I'm keeping this. I never had a real reaction, but then I would only wear it for like a couple hours. So I might have had a slight one. But I stayed away from these and these, and what I mostly went for was like these to really smoke out the corner of my eye. And usually in most of the shades, I think that these darker ones are okay. Not all, but I think that one might actually be the one that's listed safe, and that would be like the one I would mostly smoke out with. So I'm gonna keep it. I know, so sad. Nausea Prism palette. I'm like the only one, but I like this palette like a lot. I love this palette actually. I could get everything, except for that one was a little bit of a turd monkey to work with. But everything, the only color I can't use is Osiris because of the carmine, but everything else is gorgeous and beautiful, except that color doesn't show up like it is in the pan. So I'm keeping this. I need to revisit this. Like, I need to take it to work and revisit it. Start using it in looks and revisiting it. Because I really enjoyed this palette, like, a lot. Yeah, I'm still keeping this because I visited it most recently. No, it's been a minute. But these are really good mattes. That top coat doesn't really do anything, but I think the mattes are beautiful. It's all carmine free, so I'm going to keep it. It's naturally pretty. Because if I ever, go for a softer look or whatever. This one I need to stick in my purse and just start going to town on it. This is the Center Stage by Pinky Rose, and y'all might not know, I had this in the Bright Lights palette before anybody else that I know of, because I saw it online and I ordered it. This is gorgeous. Their glitters stay on your eye without a glitter glue. They are solid glitter, but this, what they're suspended in, is like, ugh. And this, like, I used this around fall, or it might have been almost spring when I hauled it, so that might have been why it didn't get too much use. But I want to dive into these colors and these, and oh, these terracottas. Yes, okay, you're going in my purse. Of course, I'm keeping this. I don't see me ever getting rid of this one. It's the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I have used, I think, every single color in here now. And they all are pretty great. My favorite color is, of course, this rose goldy color and this whole thing, but all these shimmers are gorgeous. I've dived into this for, again, these greens. That green shows up gorgeously. It's a gorgeous palette. It's a gorgeous all-around palette. I could use a couple cooler tone crease shades, like in this family, than all these, like, very warm orangey colors, but it's a fantastic palette. It really is. So keeping that one. Inner Beauty, which I won in Jessica Paris's giveaway. I'm keeping this. I have barely dived into this. Sorry, Jessica. I've been meaning to. I've used it in looks. I've used it for the 1940s collab. I used it for my Gomorrah collab, actually, because I use these two. They perform really well. I haven't gotten to dive in too much. I need to wash that brush because I was blending shades into a green grease paint, and I'm scared what the grease paint has carmine in it. So, but this palette does not, so I just need to clean the brush. But it's a gorgeous palette, as much as I don't care for Manny. I never really did. It's funny, we have them the same. Blood sugar. If you haven't seen blood sugar, this is what it comes into, like one of them old school trunks. I used to have a trunk that was pink with these. And it's like a leather or something, you know, pleather. And it's all vegan. Whatever. This is what it looks like. I love this palette. I recently broke it out again because I'm like, I have to use other colors too. This is like the perfect if you are an Alabama fan, football, and you need these shades for, because that white's gorgeous too. Like I had dug into this one for, or this one for an Alabama look. Here's a simple look. I love this palette. It's so good. Thirsty palette. I've gotten these like once or twice. That's it. And now these shades. Ugh. Except if I stick with these. It's not really a fall palette. I mean, these could go Christmas and stuff. All but maybe this one and this one. These three need a glitter glue. This one. I got that one to stay without anything. And I don't remember what I used in my crease. I think some of these. For that one look I did, and then I put this as a liner. Anyway, gorgeous palette. Lime Crime Venus 3, which is 3, is gorgeous. Okay, this is what it looks like if you're a fan of purple. That's just some good purple. This one does have like loose glitter. So does this one. This one I think sticks a little bit better with the glitter glue. But it performs gorgeously, and that which is weird. Like their shades and the other two don't really need glitter glue, but that one does. Summer gave this to me in her giveaway because the palette, she's really nice, because the palette she had in there I couldn't use, and I said she didn't have to do that, but she did, so that was nice. Alright, we got the My Little Pony. I kept it solely for the packaging. If you need to see it, I can't use like 5 of these shades. I don't even know. I think I wrote them down. One of the shades I couldn't use fell out as soon as I got it out of BoxyCharm. Yeah, that one was one of them I can't use. So, very pretty palette. Will I use it again? Probably not really. I just wanted to keep it for the packaging. Look at the ponies. I grew up on ponies. The Balm Appetit palette. I actually revisited this since my last declutter. These 3 mattes I can't use. They have carmine, but all the rest don't, which is funny. But these perform gorgeously. They are full size. It's just a little overlay to be funny. They're gorgeous shimmers, like gorgeous. So yeah. And I can create a look out of that yearly. I mean, they're not so shimmery that they can't be blended into the crease. But yes, I'm keeping that. It's just their packaging's bomb. Bright Lights by Pinky Rose. Of course, yes, like the first one to get this, to know about this palette. And I've dug into some glitters. Glitters stay without glitter glue. They're gorgeous. These brights were absolutely gorgeous. I'm sad I did not dig into this in the summer. I just kept forgetting about it and I got other palettes. But yeah. And they're good size. They're pretty big. So this is one of the ones why I didn't get into it. The BH Weekend Festival. It's had somewhere in my purse. I love this palette. If you want a fantastic colored palette with lots of shimmer, or good amount of shimmer, and you want every matte to perform gorgeously no matter how bright and neon, this is one of the greatest palettes. It's like $18, and I had no issues with any of these shades. That one might need a glitter glue, but no, not even. You might get some glitter on your face, but it has pigment. They all show up gorgeously. I love this palette so much. And hey, you can stick with like this and have like, you know, little fall neutral tone action. And that, and even that. So I might bring it back out soon. But I love this palette so much. That is such a good palette, y'all. Y'all have no idea. I have the Venus XL palette, which is like a very close sister to the first one. The shades are different. They're not exact. Not even if they look it, they're not exact. Very pretty. There is some like glitter overspray ones, you know, where the glitter is just going to fall out. But mattes are gorgeous. The shimmers are gorgeous. They're not like kapow in your face without like something, but they are gorgeous, and it's a gorgeous palette. You gotta applaud their packaging. It's gorgeous. Okay, this is one of the most recent ones. This is the Bad Habit Athena palette, and this is the dupe for the Huda. Yeah, this is the Huda Desert, right? I think it's the Desert palette, yeah. Huda Desert Rose palette. It's gorgeous. Glitter glue with that one. I don't think anything else. Just that one. But it performs great. It doesn't even look right except for some of these shades that I've really dented into it. But it's a good palette. Oh, this is the Bad Habit Royals palette, which I finally got. It was like probably one of the last ones to get. This dupes the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, since I can't use that palette because all the carmine. And I have not even dug into this palette at all. I will probably soon, because this is like, you know, good warm palette for fall. And then of course the Masquerade, which I need to dig into again. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've had so many of the palettes. But it's a good palette. A little bit of glitter glue needed. Like those have glitter shot through them overspray, but the rest, gorgeous. This is one of them. I think this and Sahara and Tear are like my most favorite palettes, but honestly I could probably go with this one or the Jaclyn Hill and be set for life. I love this palette so much. Everything is gorgeous in here. Like gorgeous, like gorgeous. I mean, that's bad swipe, but that green. Okay, I love that palette. That's the Magic. I always recommend, people always ask which one should I get from GVS. The Magic palette. Something else. Unless you're a neutral lover or something. This is the Festival. I have dug into it a couple times. Not extensively because, I don't know. I've dug in it for looks, and it's nice. It performs really well. So I'm happy with it. I just need to dig into it and play with it a little bit more. Because I don't think I played with that neon orange yet. Is the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal. Now, except for Glitter Fallout, that color was good. This one wasn't. This one was just okay. I have, like, this is in the BH Weekend Festival palette. It's in a couple others. Like, I don't need this palette. Like, the Bright Lights has the brighter ones. The BH has the rest. I'm like, I don't need this palette at all. It was too much work to get what I wanted to show up. So, I'm done. This is a new one. This is the Solstice, or new one since my last color. I love this palette. If you can't tell, it doesn't look like I have any dents in there really, except for that one. It's very monotone or monochromatic, so you're not going to come up with the most varied looks because it's all in this very warm orangey color scheme. But it is gorgeous. Like, that your jam. The Solstice palette, which dupes the Natasha Denona Sunset or something. I don't know. Got the Sahara blush too. I think I used some of this for a look. Great for eyeshadows too. The Nubian too, which I need to break out because it is such a fall palette. This is like a quintessential fall palette. Like, I look at that, I think fall. Like, nothing else but fall. That one came crushed when I got it. So, yeah, this is just a fall palette that I need to, like, get into again. I'm going to show you, like, my updated collection, too. This is the Fantasia palette. I love this palette. You do need glitter glue with a couple of them, but the rest are gorgeous. A lot of mattes and just, you know, a few shimmers, but it is gorgeous. Like, these shimmers make this gorgeous, and I just, like, I liked it a lot. I used it a lot. It's really good. Previous place is the Dolce. Okay. The thing is, I don't think this shade shows up at all on me. Yeah, no, it's just a setting shade. This shade's harder to show up. It will eventually, but not really. The rest are good. Just digging a little bit more. But yeah, that's my only thing. This was, you know, in the pastel family, and very obviously made for someone lighter skinned. So, yeah. So that was my only thing, is like that, especially that peachy shade, doesn't show up, and that's just a setting shade. So, but it's still very pretty. Like, the shimmers are gorgeous. These three are gorgeous. So, this one's very pretty. This one is, again, not as monochromatic, but kind of is, as the Solstice palette, because it's mostly in the purple, and it's her, whatever she called her purple palette, Lila. The only thing is, this is like, and this matches her shades, like, you got very similar ones. I'm like, why don't we have like a purpley creasy shade, you know what I'm saying? Or a pinkish, like a pinkish purple, like matte. That would have gone better with this. I'm like, because when I look at this, I'm left with, like, you know, just those colors for a matte, for a crease shade. That's not the only thing with this. I liked it overall. Like, I really do like it. It's just, is the Face Candy Atlantis palette. Now, I don't trust all the Face Candy palettes because I've heard very mixed things. But this one is freaking gorgeous now. I haven't rocked it by itself except for a look, because you are going, it's bold or go home, basically. Go blue or go home. You have no other crease shades to work with except for blues and like a greenish. That's it. It's go this bold or go home. Go this monochromatic or go home. You don't have a choice here. But all of these are gorgeous. So if you need like supplemental blues, maybe you want to go this crazy all the time. I don't know. They are all gorgeous. And they'll work as a look. But it's a look I would only rock on the weekends. That's why I haven't really rocked this. Because it's not one I can rock every day for work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could. I just don't want to. I need a little variance where I can tone down my lid shade and my crease just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Kat Von D Metal Matte. Mini Metal Matte. If you know my issue with this, the shades look gorgeous. But they do not stay. They fade so badly throughout the day. I'm like, I'm torn. And like, these three don't work for me at all. Like, at all. As a crease shade. These three are gorgeous. These two work. But the rest of this does not work for me. I'm like, it's not an inclusive palette. I'm like, yeah, you need a setting one. I get having a lighter transition for somebody, but like this one didn't need to be so light. It's like, it's not a mid-tone. It's like dark, light. So it just bugged me, but these are gorgeous looking, but they don't last. So I was gonna keep this. I don't really know now. Might work on somebody really dark skin, but like me, where colors like this want to blend into my skin tone really bad, like there's nothing I can do with those. They're just setting shades, all of them. So I don't know. I forgot like those mattes don't really work. I was gonna say it for just like doing looks, but at the same time that's about a waste. This is the Bad Habit Aphrodite palette. I've used it like once or twice. Times. Maybe that one looks like I used it a lot. I think you need glitter on some of these. This is gorgeous. This dupes the original Hudy Beauty Rose Gold palette. It's gorgeous. Needs a little work and take a little effort. On some of these shades to not have glitter all over your face, but they are gorgeous. Better formula than hers, I think, but a little soft. But you do need like, you know, glitter glue. But gorgeous palette. Gorgeous. I have no complaints with this. Decluttering. I think I'm going to declutter this. This is the Weekend Warrior. I was going to keep it for a smoky eye, but then I realized I've got the Mountain Sunset palette. I'm sure I've got these other smoky shades if I wanted to, because this is carmine free. I think I barely swatched this, if I even swatched it, or I swatched it once. I got this with my points. I had to save like 700, 800 points on Ipsy, and I did. But I'm thinking I'm going to surpass that long. Somebody be wanting a smoky eye. I don't know who. Okay. I'm keeping this because this is sentimental. I really wanted this. I still haven't seen this movie, but this is the first palette I really worked with. I started using the blush with this and the highlighter, and I had never used highlighter or much blush. It was good from what I remember. But this is the BH Cosmetic Pride and Prejudice and Zombies palette, and I'm just holding on to a sentimental. I might go back and revisit this to see how it stands up now that I've tried so much more makeup. Okay, this one I'm decluttering to my mom. Never even used it. Came with that set with the eyes that Walmart had. I really just wanted the mascara. But my mom has been going to town on that. These are some of my single ColourPop shades that I really need to use. I think they're all ColourPop. They're all carmine free, so yeah. I just need. I was going to hold on to these because for a while these were my favorites, okay? But at the same time, I have heard people gush over this Coastal Scent Reveal 2 palette, which is like a dupe for the Urban Decay, but better. It has more shades. I still haven't used that one. I'm going to pass this one along, because if I do decide to go this route, I'll probably use these shades more because it has darker shades too. I'm going to pass it along, but this one, if you're looking, you don't want to smell naked, or you know the Naked has mixed reviews, this is a really good palette. You just got to work your brush in there like a little sideways, but really good palette. So I'm going to pass that one along. This is the Revolution Iconic 2, which dupes the Naked 2. Again, I'm not in neutrals. I was when I first got back into makeup, and now I'm not, like, whatsoever. So, this is the Iconic Pro 1. This dupes the Lorac one, which I had to get rid of. But this one doesn't have carmine in it. So, I'm going to keep this one. These are really good mattes. I did use these, but now I find that I never reach for this one. I need just a matte. I never do. I will go to another palette if I need another matte. And a lot of these mattes aren't going to work for me anyway. But like these four, but very good mattes. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is just called Essential Mattes. I'm going to get rid of this one. This one's the Iconic 1, which dupes the you know, Naked one. I'm just going to get rid of it because it's Revealed palette, which is that one, but more shades, because I still haven't used it. This one because I still haven't used it because it doesn't contain carmine, or it's saying it doesn't. So this is the dupe for the Kat Von D Shading Light, which does contain carmine, and I have a feeling one day I'll actually use this. So down to 4 of these. Is my cat in your way? If you see him, just ignore him. Yeah, he's going to sniff the phone. It's like, why aren't you in bed? I don't know why I'm not in bed, but I just think. Smile. Be happy and smile, people. Be happy and smile. Alright. Oh yeah, I won that from More Lost Beauty. Audra More Lost Beauty. Very pretty neutral palette. I'm keeping that. I don't need to like get rid of stuff that Alright, I'm keeping Tartelette Influence. Like I used to be able to use this, but and it's probably when my allergy wasn't as bad. But I do use this for prom and wedding. Not that I do much of either, but when I do, it's pretty good for that. But like only 3 of these shades are actually safe for me to use, so I'm just keeping it for that reason. But eventually I might actually declare that to my mom. I don't know. Trolls, Trolls from Pure. This is such an excellent palette. See, when we got that Boxy Charm Pure palette, which I decluttered by the way, I was hoping it was going to be this formula. This formula is freaking awesome in this palette. It is so good. Everything's vibrant, shows up, gorgeously done, and lasts all day. This one, Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. Except for the setting shade, I can use all of them. I had no problems with it. It's just like kind of very monochromatic. But I might keep this one just for, I don't know, travel or smokiness, because I can use all the other shades. So I'm going to keep that. I didn't have a problem with that palette. It's just, you know, you're going to get a smoky eye no matter what you do. Use this one. I do believe Naked Cosmetics is vegan. I need to pull this out because those are fall shades. That's the only reason why this hasn't really been used. This bad boy, I need to look up. There are a few shades in here, but I only think it's about 4 or 5 that I can't actually use. But I had no problem with this palette whatsoever, so I'm going to keep it. Oh, this is the Makeup Revolution. Let's stick it over there. This is the Mint Chocolate palette. Very, very pretty. I didn't use it again. I used it. You just have to use a specific brush. Like, I don't think it likes the Wet n Wild white ones. It likes the ones with the brown hairs. I don't know. It just picks up better on those. Oh, this one. Did I even use this one? I probably didn't even use this one. I still have, I think I swatched it. This is the Pure Times NTN palette. I'll toss it when I haven't used it. Now this one's daggum smoky eye. I'm gonna think about that one. Urban Decay Electric Palette. Now I believe, I'm wrong, the only color I can't use is the purple. I have been using this, especially in looks. I've mixed like the blue with foundation in my mermaid look to give my skin a blue tinge. I've used a few of these others, like I think I used these recently in my Gomorrah look. So definitely keeping that one. I'm keeping these, even though they can be a pain to mess with. Not the mattes, these three, and like these four are like the same shade. It gets on my nerves, but I'll probably keep it. This is the Lorac Unzipped palette. I can't use this one because it's full of carmine, but this palette is the most stunning for bridal looks. It is. And Mother's Day. I've used it on my mother. I gave her one too, but I used this for a wedding. It was gorgeous. Chocolate gold. I love my chocolate gold. I wish their gingerbread palette was the same formula. It's not, because like 8 shades have carmine. Only 2 in this palette have carmine, and it's the setting shade and then this pink one, which makes no sense in this palette. But everything else I can use, and I do, and I love the scent of this palette so much. These are freaking phenomenal. Oh my gosh, that one's a little dry, but they're phenomenal. Like, just pigmentation wise, like for the holidays. I think I got this so close to the holidays, I was only able to use it a couple times because it does scream holiday, you know. Where is my Huda Electric? Okay, I'm missing one. I don't know where my Huda Electric palette is. I don't think I got rid of that one. I could have. This is the Retro Love, which dupes the subcultures from Bad Habits. I used it one time live for a look, and that was it. It does go murky. It is murky-ish and then fall. But it's very pretty. I need to bring it out for fall, but I can get used to Center Stage palette first. This one I need to use. Like, see, I told you, this Meet Matrimony Matte Reed Brown. I know that one and the black one don't have carmine. But this has, like, the Bahama Mama. It has 2. They're Down Boy, Frat Boy, and Instain. And then these 3 eyeshadows. And then the Mary, is that Mary Luminizer or Cindy Luminizer? Mary Luminizer. This is in the Balm of Your Hand, Volume 2. I cracked open it a bit. You can't get the most diverse eye look out of there, but I need to use this. I maybe use the blushes, and I'm a blush. It's just, it stays in here, and then I don't grab it when I'm like getting ready in the morning, and I need to. Because, okay, this one I'm getting rid of. I'm biting the bullet. I'm getting rid of it. Because all the shades I'd want to use have carmine. I use this once or twice. That is about it. Which is that. And I'm not just going to use the browns in this palette. It still smells delicious. So I'm going to pass that along to somebody. This is the Lorac Gold. And I can use this one. This is the other one that doesn't have carmine. So I can use this one. It's a good palette for fall. That's my collection. It seems smaller. I don't know, than last time. Maybe I just went through it quicker. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Toodles.